Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another installment of the State of FEH Podcast. We're on our 36th episode now. I'm your host, DTM, as always. And with me, we have Oblivion and Joel from Phaeology. How are you two doing this fine evening?
It's been a crazy week.
It has indeed. How about you, Joel?
Is this the year of Phaeology? I mean, Sharena wins CYL, and then I did not expect Hector to pull that off. Like, I mean, obviously he was my vote, but I didn't expect him to actually get it. What else can I call into existence here? Because I feel like we should take advantage.
Well, Joel just shows up and starts gloating to the two duo Lucina.
I know, right?
Oh yeah. Gosh, dang, Joel.
Okay. Like, why don't you just humble brag about it, you know?
I don't know. I've never had this happen before. This is weird.
Let's strike a deal. You could make up for this by manifesting a new Lucina alt into existence. Like, invest Summer Lucina or Exalted Lucina, and then I will forgive you, you know?
DTM's I need 2 Lucinas a year. Like, jeez.
We'll have a harmonic Lucina and Sharena, and we'll both be good.
Okay.
As long as Lucina is in the lead, I'm actually fine with that. But yeah, we have ascended Hector as the winner of the batch. It is really unfortunate that Lucina and Hector faced off on the first round, but I'm going to blame Crom for this loss because Crom is such a loser in voting gauntlets.
He's like never 1-1 ever.
Really. It's so sad.
That's crazy.
I mean, voting gauntlet is like basically random. So it's actually really statistically unlikely that we have this consistent losing streak on the first round even.
It's just he took that first loss to Ephraim so bad in 2017. He's never recovered.
I wish I was there because apparently that was super hype.
It was. I remember. I was on Team Ephraim, and it was like back and forth the entire time. And then, that's back when people actually cared about voting gauntlet because it was so new and like shiny. It's like, oh my god.
My favorite of the conspiracy people, folks, and I mean I think it's just human nature. But I know when Hector won that first round, everyone was blaming the fact that he was attuned, and those attuned fans, they always plot and scheme and don't go to the very last one. I'm like, I mean, isn't that everybody? I don't know, but that cracked me up.
It sounds like the anti-green dream people. They're just all conspiracy theorists, like trying to get their perfect green dream. It's like, okay.
I'm kind of with DTM. It's so random. Like just you know, throw your chips out there and you pray for the best.
Yeah, like as much as we have all these trackers and like try to like manipulate it or whatever, like it is really outside of our control. It's just like completely random. So yeah, I guess on the flip side, I do think Attuned Hector, sorry, not Ascended Hector, is actually a really good choice for something to give out for free. He does provide a lot of value and a lot of fodder value. It is unfortunate that he isn't Dragon or Beast right now because then you can also have higher ground and lower ground.
Right.
But like at the end of the day, he is a fodder factory for armors, which is really, really nice.
Yeah. I mean, he was my second choice. It just really sucked that Lucina and him were facing off in the first match. So,
right.
Okay. But I'm glad that he won and not a snake. That's the thing.
Definitely. And I will say this result has made me so thankful the banner is top 8 and not top 4. Like, I would have been so mad if we stuck to the top 4.
Yeah, I would have spent way less orbs because, like, I think both emblems got knocked out in the first round, right? So, like, it was both emblems and Dual Lucina knocked out in the first round. I'm like, well, what do I even want on this banner anymore if it's top 4? You know what I mean?
Right.
I've been doing a little trolling on Reddit in a couple of the spots. I think this is the A Hero Rises that I've heard the least amount of complaints on, which is crazy. Like that's normally, I mean, you know, we love to complain about things. That's
true.
But yeah, I've heard very little of them, which really surprises me.
I mean,
I guess like the feels bad of losing is like one of the big things they complain about.
Yeah, and like when you like try to, take control or like exert as much control as you can over like the results of a voting gauntlet, and to see that lose, it obviously stirs up a lot of feelings. And also considering the fact that, back then we didn't know they would have this like loser bracket banner. So like if your unit didn't make it, it was just over, right? So
right.
There's obviously a lot of emotions there. So like making it top 8 just makes it feel a lot less like high emotions, which can be a bad thing in terms of engagement, because obviously, back then the voting gauntlet, like people definitely paid attention to the first round a lot, whereas now it's like a lot more chill. But there's benefits to it being more chill as well, as you mentioned, Joel.
I kind of liked it. I mean, it was chill was not necessarily bad. I think IS actually did a good job, which is weird. How often does that happen?
I'm still at the camp where I think it went well this time, but I still have like a little bit of doubts, just because like, what if we get Fallen Edelgard next year again somehow? Like like some crazy thing happens and Fallen Edelgard ends up in the top 8. Like, I'm so nervous of something happening like that, and I'm just not having any control to remove that from the banner. I mean, if it's like she's the only colorless unit, that's not a big deal. You just don't summon colorless. But like if it's not, then it's like, oh my gosh. So I'm still on the fence, but this time it did work well.
One day at a time. One day at a time.
Do you two have any plans, or have you already used your attuned Hector? Who did it get foddered off to?
No, I'm just sitting on it right now. I don't really. The funny thing is like with Hector, like yes, I like Hector and I like the fodder, but I've built so many armors recently. It's like this is a future like investment for later.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah.
Same here. I'm dumping fodder in there right now, and there's.
Right.
I'm trying to think. There was a project I was looking at today, but yeah, I even want like reposition gate. I'm looking at him to duplicate that, and a couple of things like Sly Sparrow. It's not even just armors. Like he has access to a lot of different things, which is nice.
Yeah, and armors are definitely in a really powerful state right now, especially with Shield Fighter and everything. Even with Legendary Sakura's release, which I guess we could talk about a little bit after this, but. Like outside of Erosion's Thesis, I can definitely see the Snakes and Hector providing that Shield Fighter value very, very well. Yeah. But yeah, Legendary Sakura exists. So I'm actually curious. Do you two? I know you probably you have Sakura Oblivion. Do you have a Sakura, Joel?
Oh, absolutely. She's so much fun.
She is actually so fun. Like, that's one thing I can't fault for her. Me using her in SDR was actually one of the most fun times I've had doing SDRs. Like, hit and run is like my playstyle in SDR, and it was really nice.
It felt like playing with Yuri, like right when SD came out, right where he was just completely broken. Like it was just like, oh my god, stop using Yuri against me. That's how it felt. Like that's how it feels now, essentially.
That's actually a really good way to put it. It was just like Gen 1 Yuri during SD's release, because we didn't have Kanto control back then, so it was just like free Lorraine.
Or stall or anything like that, right? So he was just able to do whatever. Obviously now it's like a much more powerful form, but like to the relative meta, I would say like it's similar.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, personally, I don't. How can I explain this? I really think they went a little bit too far with Sakura, in my opinion. Like when it comes to like game design wise, right? Like they essentially broke Kanto control, which they typically do with aspects of the game, right? Like they broke healing with Veil of Smoke or stuff like that. Or they countered the counter, I guess is another way to put it. My problem with Sakura isn't so much that she broke Kanto, which is in itself strong. It's the fact that she gives like Kanto ally or Kanto recall essentially to everyone. That's the thing that really puts her like over the top crazy broken for me. And it just allows so many units, especially Yunaka. Yunaka is definitely like the unit who could take the most advantage of her. But still, other units as well. Like, it's just so cracked how strong that is.
Is it a little funny that Chronicos had been plus 10ing all of these crazy legendaries? I say crazy as in, but then like the ultimate, like biggest, baddest legendary comes along, and at that point he's decided not to plus 10 any more units and doesn't pick her up.
You know what the funniest thing is, though? Even funnier than that is that his wife plus 10'd her.
I did not know that. That is
Secret Oblivion member lore.
Yeah. Wow. Like,
Oh, I was cracking up.
I'm actually speechless. I would not have imagined that. The whale spirit lives on.
Do we call that family the pod?
Oh, man.
Just a family of whales, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he said that that's like one of her favorite characters, like the Fate's characters in general. So she was
I see.
Like, immediate. I think she plus 10 duo at least also. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think so. So it kind of like makes sense, but it's just it's really funny to me because we were talking about that and then he just brought that up and I was like, that is the biggest sense of irony I've ever heard. Like I'm dying right now.
I know, same. I will say I did actually summon for Legendary Sakura and Yunaka because it was a last minute decision on a Thursday night during the SDR week, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do for this SDR. And then I was like, screw it, I'll just do it. I have like over 2,000 orbs. I can afford this. And then, especially since HR banner was going to be a whiles away back then. And yeah, I'm really happy, especially with how the summonings went. And I will say, I do think outside of Erosion Season, I'm not particularly a fan of a lot of the other nukes that people have been pairing Sakura with. Like I did the Celica Sakura strat this SDS season, and I'm sorry, Celica is just so bad. Like she can't kill anything to save her life. Like she failed to kill a legendary Ira, which was really unfortunate. Oof. I remember.
Although Ira is beefier than people think, I will say that.
True. Yeah.
That's true, yeah. But I mean, Celica has to be a nuke, right? So that is really unfortunate.
Your point is well taken, absolutely.
And like, I don't think anyone really has the warping power that Yunaka has, other than Celica. And the thing that makes the Yunaka Sakura combo so good is that Yunaka is very, very good at getting in and engaging the enemy, right? Can bypass anti-warp, has insane range. But what she was lacking was a way to, traverse all the way back from that insane range, right? Whereas Legendary Sakura provides that, but doesn't really have a way to allow units to get in. Yeah. And so the pair of those two really work together.
Beyond toxic. Like it's so.
Yeah, those two have some like insane synergy. I think they have like the best duo. They're the best duo since like Brave Ike and Brave Lucina. It's just like super iconic, I guess.
Yeah, I think like in SD in particular, like not banning them is like asking to lose. And I think we saw that with Satachi's run last night where like 4 people didn't ban them and it was just like an immediate win. The warping with Yunaka is just so crazy because it not only it has like every condition you can think of, right? Like it's like, oh, allies are around, cool, you get a warp. Is there terrain around, you get a warp. Like does she breathe, you get a warp. Like it's crazy how good that unit is. And so with Sakura, it's just like, oh my gosh, like it makes sense that they never put Kanto Recall on anyone else except for Duo Nina, because that effect is just way too strong, especially when you can't Kanto control it, right? So like I think that combo is really strong. And like you were mentioning earlier with Celica, like Celica does have the same technical ability to do what Yunaka does, right? Like she has the same warping strength, but she does not have the same damage strength. Like
definitely not.
Remotely.
Yeah.
So I think that the only really works in Erosion Season where you can get around having the actual tank bust, which Celica just can't do, right? So and even then, like you're mentioning, she can't even kill certain units anyway, so it's a bit rough.
Yeah, as I found out. I will be curious to see how well like the Yunaka Sakura combo will do outside of Secret Maneuver Season, because I think that was the SDR season that those two became
SDS.
very...
Oh no, you're right. SDR. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we can obviously like erosion season, Yunaka Sakura is just broken. But I'll be curious to see how the tank busting capabilities of Yunaka with Sakura will happen without secret maneuver, because running a Yunaka by herself, I was finding out I was like failing to kill a lot more than I used to. So it'll be interesting to see.
I don't know. So actually, the funny thing is, I didn't actually end up running Yunaka on my SD team, which is crazy because like she was like the number one thing I was gonna run. But after I just made my team, she just didn't fit in there. So I just like, okay, that's weird. But I do think I agree. Like Feud does a lot for tank busting. Like it's probably one of the most powerful effects you can have in the game for tank busting. It's like very high up there. So we're missing that is like a big thing. And then also, obviously having to actually fight tanks is a big thing. So I'm interested to see what kind of key supports we need to make Yunaka actually be able to tank bust reliably, and what build. Because I assume it will be different builds for different saves, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
She has so many good pieces, though. I mean, there's a really good foundation.
Exactly.
I had the same experience. I don't think she kills everything, but I mean, no one does right now. That's a really hard thing, and we don't want a nuke that kills everything. That would be not good for the game.
I think when it comes to like killing everything, Yunaka and Alm can kill everything technically, but the problem is they need different builds to do it. So it's kind of a matchup thing where like you're like, okay, did I bring the right build into the right tank, and do I have the right supports, right? Which is a lot to think about, and it's not something you can completely plan for, right? Because you don't know what you're going to be playing into, unless you're an Aether, where you can just make different
three
teams.
different Yunaka Sakura teams, one for each possible situation, like me.
Right.
One water sweep, one wind sweep, one disarm trap. Let's go.
Yep.
It's okay. Sweep 4 is about to come out, and that'll just change the game completely.
What would Sweep 4 have? It would have like Sweep NFU, like offensive NFU at least, right?
Yeah.
Would it have true damage, or would it have DR halving? Because true damage is obviously the better option, but which one do you think they'd actually choose?
It'd have true damage, but it wouldn't have a lot of it.
Like a capped amount.
Yeah,
probably like 7 or something. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Imagine if they did though. Like 20% true damage, you get NFU
based on speed.
You get wind sweep, you get anti-guard for some reason, because why not? Like, oh man.
That'd be crazy.
That's the real reason they've been giving out Speed Taker so much, is because they're just about to give you something better.
I'll be so sad. Like I invested very much into Speed Taker. I have like duplicated that like a million times now. I am ready to like give it to anyone who needs it.
I mean, for nukes, is there a better B skill in the game right now? But it's very good.
It's very up there. Yeah.
I mean, I think even like the best Yunaka build in general is like a Miracle Speed Taker build that could theoretically kill everything if you have enough investment and support.
Exactly.
Obviously, easier said than done.
Right. I ran that build and it does work very well, but man, sometimes you just do not have enough support or enough damage to punch through some of these saves, especially at like high merges and like high support. It's just, whew, like it's 0 times 4.
And that was actually...
I mean, for defense, I'm running Speed Taker Fatal Smoke. So, I mean, it's a nice build on her.
Me too. That's the build I was running too. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, like we're still in a very tanky meta, even with all these new tools. And that was actually one of the reasons why I was curious to see how the Yunaka Sakura combo will work outside of Secret Maneuver, because if like Yunaka, or any other nuke can't punch through the save, then they could, I guess, like do some damage, but it's not really taking full advantage of the fact that you can like kill someone and then be completely safe, that the combo provides. So it'll be interesting to see. Or maybe we'll just get some more bonus cleansing effects or something. Oh, man. You never know.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see just like what the next Emblem hero, which we'll talk about later on for sure. But like that will have a big impact on the meta too. So like seeing how that will combine with our current Yunaka Sakura setup, and how if that changes things, or if it goes like doubles down on tankiness, or if it goes the other way. I think that's really interesting, and we're going to find out pretty soon.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things to take into consideration nowadays. We also have the spring banner that had arrived since the last time we talked about. Initially, I mean, I was super high on Plumeria just due to the synergy with Yunaka and Sakura, obviously. But apparently, Aether has also been very, very sleeper good, as shown in this past SDS. I haven't actually seen her, though, that much for my experience.
Really? In your run, you mean?
Yeah, it was only one time, and I lost that match because Lin couldn't do 6 more damage to her. I would have totally won otherwise, but it was so sad. Yeah, she's very strong, especially with reversal.
Yes, yeah. I think the thing is like I think it was PM when I brought this up, where like there's just so many free visible bonuses now that units just give out for no reason at all. Like before, back in the day when Freya came out and she introduced that effect, the Binding Necklace effect, you had to like kind of purposely put buffs onto your team. But now it's just like, you have units like Desert Ike, you have units like Emblem Lin, who just give out visible attack speed +6, or speed and defense. And so being able to just throw that back in their face is pretty strong. And when you combine that with all the other effects she has, it's scary. And I mean, for me personally, I was like kind of a doubter. Like I wasn't really so high on her. But after seeing it, I was like, wow, this unit's actually like legitly powerful. Like, holy crap.
I don't know. I feel about her about that archetype usually flames out so quickly. Like that's and the folks who love her are gonna be. I'm still waiting for a Patrick video on this. Like this looks like a Patrick unit here.
Definitely.
But I don't know. It's one of the reasons I don't go out of my way for this archetype, just because it fades out so quickly.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, and I felt that way too. I'm not completely. I'm not like 100% Camp Aether or something, or whatever her name is now, right? But I have legitimately seen how good she is, so I won't doubt her, and I don't think I'll underestimate her now. So I'll definitely be more careful with my bannings and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like she's not a unit you should specifically summon for to be meta or anything, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot better units, a lot more highly used units than that. But like, I think from initial impression, at least my initial impression was just like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Next.
Right.
Like, she really surprised me in how impactful she was. And have you seen Patrick's SDS run with her, Joel?
I hadn't gotten to watch it yet.
It's so crazy. Patrick made some of the most insane openings, and I copied them and I played with them, and they are just so cool. Like, it feels so strong.
He doesn't know it yet, but he got flamed on Reddit for that.
I saw that.
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
There's some like person on Reddit, like who's like, I know everything about SD, and then everybody flamed them, and so they're like, okay, I don't know everything about SD anymore, but that Patrick guy's a whale, and I'm like, why is Patrick your point of whaleness? Because he's not even a whale. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
That's the crazy thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the other piece of that, it was basically a woe is me, I don't have enough money to be elite.
Right.
It was eye rolling.
I was laughing super hard. And I started commenting, and that was a mistake. I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw those. That was fun. I think I mean, Aether was obviously very, very strong. Or, I mean, not meta, but like definitely packs a punch.
Yes.
I think of the batch, though, I think we can probably say that Plumeria is the most likely unit that will remain relevant for a while, because personally, I was super, super high on Frozen. Like Frozen, I think is kind of being slept on by the general community, and just like how impactful it can be for matchups. Like Lin failing to kill, a lot of things failing to kill. Lin failing to kill Edelgard, even though Satoshi had like no faith in her. And also just re-enabling the Kanto is really good for the Yunaka soccer strat, but not just that, but other types of strat since it was erosion season.
Okay, I'm not letting this go, because I have been on the Frozen train for months now, and DTM goes, man, Frozen's really strong on Plumeria, and I go, yeah, isn't that crazy? And he goes, too bad no good units had it. And I don't look at him literally, but I go, what about Pirate Tibard? And he goes, Pirate Tibard has Frozen? I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. So like,
yeah, I mean, I mean, I guess that's why people were using Pirate Tiamat, because he had Frozen. I just didn't know about that. I just thought people were fans.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
But
Yeah, I was
he
like
still
full
ranks
tilt.
as a he still ranks as one of PM1's favorite, maybe strongest, but support units definitely.
He's so good. He's
Yeah.
so ridiculously good. But yeah,
He's very good.
mid-turn Frozen is very strong. I've been thinking about like doing a full Frozen team where you bring 2 Frozen users. You use one that has at start of turn, and then when they try to cleanse it, you just do like Plumeria Frozen, so they can just never escape it.
Valid.
Because like they can't double. Like they can't double. They just don't kill things. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, I just chill here now. Like literally.
I love your troll team concepts. Honest to God, like they're my favorite. I need from you like an entire troll team video, just a highlight reel. It'd be great.
Bring
SD
back-
teammates all just end turn Leons and Sathers. Just no one gets to play.
Yeah, bring back the OG Oblivion videos where you had like an all beast team or something like that. Like that would be a throwback.
Oh man. Oh man. The fighting that 7 Edelgard defense. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beast Force 2025.
I mean, honestly, beasts are more powerful now than they've ever been. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it wouldn't even be a meme.
It must be nice, you know? Meanwhile, dragons here are like scrapping
nope.
by.
Nope. Nope. Don't want to hear it.
Have you seen Satoshi's post of him trying to make legendary male Corrin work for his apology video? Like, it's so sad with even like modern dragon skills and stuff. Like, we need more dragon stuff to get them good.
Do we really want to blame that on dragons, or do we want to just blame that on male Corrin? Like, let's be real. Duo
I mean,
Lear
yeah.
is very good. Duo Lear is fine. He's doing great. With the
Duo
exact
Lear
same
is
fodder.
great, yeah. Actually.
I think this is more of a male Corrin problem more than anything.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
But they were pretty funny when he was sending those things, and male Corrin was just exploding to literally everything.
Yeah, exploding
You know,
to Ria
honestly-
and everything. Yeah.
Honestly, legendary female Alir is just fine. I mean, she's an old unit, but you can do stuff with her just fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm about to hand her all of Nell's kit and revamp her for Arena, and it's a great kit on her.
I was actually thinking of doing the same since I did get a Nell along the way to Yunaka. So I was like, yeah, the +8 legendary female Alir that I never finished. That would be perfect for that, for Arena.
Right.
I got it in one of my comments, and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. So yeah, I'm about to pull the trigger.
I think that's smart. I should do that too, because mine's +10, and I use her, but she just kind of chills in the back as a score bot. So that would probably make her much more usable.
I think that'll make her score a bit higher or something like that. I don't remember if she came with a tier 4 B skill. Did she? I think she did.
The best one is a true shoot. I just went what's
Dragon Wall.
the
High
High Dragon Wall.
right,
Thank
yeah.
you. The best one's High Dragon Wall, but usually you can
sucks.
take the score hit and it just doesn't matter. So
Exactly.
I see. All right.
I still don't know why they just randomly choose skills like that one gets more SP value. It's like, okay, cool, thanks. Like,
why do they choose the punishing skills? Like, let's go all the way back. Rally skills? Like, that's what you
I
want to
know,
make
right?
score? Thank you. That's terrible.
And like
Yep.
tier 3 save skills somehow were 300 SP, even though no other tier 3 C skills were. Like, what was that? I still don't understand
I don't
that.
I just had a bill to pay. Like, we really need these saves things to work.
I guess. Yeah, you either get more score if you're a save or you're Crom for whatever reason, and you have like to change fate.
Yup. Oh,
Yeah.
nonsensical IS decisions.
Hey, at least we know that IS respects the best legendary archer in the game, so you gotta love him for that. Speaking of archers, Alm. Yeah.
I was like, wait. Are we talking about all or legendary Crom? I don't know where this story's going.
Oh no, legendary Crom is totally the best legendary archer. More
I
relevant.
mean, he's definitely like it's him and Alm. I think are like probably top 2. Yeah, historically.
I was about to ask if there were any other legendary archers, but then I remember Lin and Leaf, so
Oh.
You forgot about your own legendary Lucina. That hurts.
Oh.
oh yeah, okay.
TTM.
Dang.
Wow, I'm
Oh,
actually a
man.
fake fan. Wow.
I was about to say the allegations are stacking.
Yeah, first like Oblivion had a +10 rearm Lucina before I did, and now this. Like, All right. Anyways, a distraction. Attuned Alm, the legendary Alm upgrade. He's pretty cool, right? I mean, I think it's safe to say that he's a really, really good nuke. Like probably as strong, if not stronger, than Yunaka. Obviously, doesn't have like the same warping that Yunaka has, but yeah. What have your guys' impressions of him so far?
So, like you said, I think he has a higher damage ceiling than Yunaka does, but he doesn't have. He has warping, which is the funny thing, but it's just not the same level of warping where like you have pass, which is the most important part, and then secondly, it's all the conditions she gets to warp off. So that's like the big two things I'd say. The other thing is that she has lethality, which is really nice. Which his preference special is also like completely cracked. It's just that specials are so rough and it's such a bad position right now. It's like insane how weak specials are at the moment. So there's that. Also, he doesn't come out of the door with like an optimal kit either, which I guess Yunaka doesn't either. But still, Slice with Sparrow is just like really a big upgrade on him, in my opinion, which I think it is for most nukes, just because true damage is like the defining factor if you kill things nowadays. So I think there's that. The other thing I would say is that he's actually kind of like a Attuned Micaiah in the sense that he's like very deceptively tanky. He's much more tanky than you would imagine, especially if you can get one turn of like breathing, so he can hit like that threshold of 20 flat DR. Like he's actually pretty difficult to kill because he's fast, so you're not really doubling him unless you have a brave weapon. And then second of all, he has a lot of flat DR, so like kind of like Micaiah, all the stats are really valuable on him. So things like, it's kind of weird, but like things like merges or like summoner support or like, a plus 10 emblem ring, just anything you can stack stats on him actually makes him considerably more powerful, which isn't a good thing typically, but it is what it is. So
this is a dangerous thing to say. He might have a longer shelf life than Yunaka, and it'll all depend on what attuned skills we get, because there are some key things that, like, if we got a pass attuned skill, that suddenly makes him a ton better. But there's the fact that he can have those, that he can equip those is very, very nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it's attuned. I've been saying this for a while. Attuned units are like the most premium units in the game. The only thing that makes it so that mythic and legendaries have an advantage over them is that in the future they'll get remixed, right? They'll get a remixed skill alongside their refined weapon, while attuned units probably won't. I mean, we haven't, that hasn't technically happened yet, so we don't know, but I would assume that. But attuned units, not only do they get the preference skill and a preference weapon, they also get access to an attuned skill. So it's a whole nother slot they have access to, which is just insanely powerful on the right units, right? Like Attuned Micaiah is like 9 months old, I want to say, around there.
Something like that.
And she's barely shown any age. Like that unit is still absolutely insane. So I think attuned units have a lot of potential there. Yunaka does have a cat though, so I mean, it's kind of hard to argue against.
Yeah, that the true power creep right there is the cat accessory. I'll also say, when comparing Alm and Yunaka, even if Alm runs pass, which people have done, like just replace the B with pass, I think it's more of the fact that his warping relies on an ally being within 2 spaces, meaning that you have to have an ally like in front of you and closer to the enemy team in order for Alm to warp in, whereas Yunaka can just do it off of either ice, most likely, or of terrain, which means you don't have to expose another unit that far up to get that warping effect. And so there's a lot more flexibility there in terms of like Yunaka versus Alm. That said, like, I do definitely agree. Alm is like actually a lot tankier. There's been times where my nukes have been failing to kill him, and has cost me matches in practice SD favor. And yeah, I think that is something that is definitely being underestimated about Alm, just being able to survive key hits.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I had him take Yunaka, but he did have Miracle from Rhea, but still that means that he wasn't getting hit to like 1 immediately, right? Like he was able to take 2 hits.
Right.
So there's that. I think the other thing is like this season for SDS in particular is not really the season for Alm. which is kind of funny because it's erosion season, right? So you'd be like, oh, a ranged nuke is great in erosion. But the thing is with Alm, he particularly wants to tank bust. Like that's the role he's trying to play, right?
Yeah.
And so typically what you really want is a way to get into turn 2 safely with a save to protect him so that he can tank bust immediately, right? Because at turn 2, his true damage is doubled, his flat DR is doubled, and he has Lin Ring active. So that's like prime time for him essentially. While with someone like Yunaka, turn 1, she's ready to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll be interested to see how Alm does next month when there is an erosion season. I think like you said, he'll definitely see a lot more use there due to his ability to tank bust.
This is the first time I've seen great talent and gone, oh, I like that. This is actually a good use of this. So I know people will talk about Alphonse and how good great talent was on him, but I was always a little bit whelmed on that.
So that's the one thing, right? I've seen people bring this up already where they're like, see, you guys were wrong. Great talent was good on Alphonse this entire time. I was right, you're wrong. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. The number one thing we all said about great talent, well, a majority of people, was that it's too slow, right? It's not that's a bad effect. It's too slow. You're getting +1 to 3 stats every turn. What did they do with Alm? They doubled it. And then they also put Speed Taker, which gives an additional one.
Yep.
So you're getting... Instead of getting 3 stats a turn, you're getting 5 stats a turn, and they're actually in the 2 stats you want the most.
Yep.
So, like, yes, great talent's great now because they doubled the actual momentum of it. Like, it's a big difference, like a massive difference. Maybe with Alphonse Refined, they'll double the rate he gets it, and then all of a sudden he pops up and he's really strong too. Though that won't really address all of his other weaknesses. They could possibly do that with the Refined too. So.
Yeah, like, again, like, having the theoretical +10 to all stats with great talent sounds amazing, and you'll definitely see those in like the scam showcases and stuff. But like in actual practice, whether that's AR, SD, even Arena, most likely the most important turns are going to happen early, which means you're not going to get all those stacks. And so the rate where you get those stats is actually super important. If it's literally just +1 to attack, defense, res, not even to speed, which would have been really, really nice to have stacking, even if as a support. Like, yeah, you're not charging that anytime soon, at least to a place where it's actually usable.
There's also the way they tied it into his kit, though, where it actually you tie it into the true damage and the flat DR, and that's it's much more synergistic. It's not trying to do all things; he's trying to do one very specific thing, and that always goes better.
That's exactly what I was about to say. The fact that they tied everything together so that when you're getting great talent, you're not just getting stats; you're getting flat DR and true damage. True damage. But the other thing I would say is that with Alphonse, right, like let's say you get +1 all stats and then you pop a single special, you're still not capped out, right? Like you have a long way to go to cap out. With Alm, on turn 2, if you attack on turn 1 or turn 2, you're already at 28 flat DR and 28 true damage. So you're not at cap, but you're extremely close. You know what I mean? You're 2 off. So like it's just way faster. Like it's completely different.
He's a better designed unit. I mean, that's just flat out.
Yeah. Which, I mean, makes sense, right? Because, like, typically the first time you do something, it's going to go one of 2 ways. It's going to go very bad and you need to make it better, or it's going to be completely broken and you have to tune it down. Like, so, with Alphonse, I think it was, the first way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I will say, I do appreciate Alphonse being, like, that sort of testing ground for this new great talent mechanic, because I actually do think, conceptually, it's pretty cool. But yeah, it was only realized fully with Attuned Alm, and yeah, it's, as you said, it's a lot more synergistically designed, which is really, really nice.
The funniest thing though is that at that time we had a Hall of Forms running with Legendary Alm, and everyone was excited to build Legendary Alm. And then they literally released Legendary Alm 2 at the same time. Which did they plan that? Was that just like a random Twitter poll, like coincidence? I don't know, but it's hilarious. Like,
I think they planned it, and I think they thought it would be a good thing. That's the worst part.
I don't think they planned it, because if they did, they would have waited until after people redeemed their Legendary Alm to then have Attuned Alm, Like, that's how it would work.
Yeah.
I think it's just the revival and whatnot, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think this changes Legendary Alm's value, by the way. I know a lot of people were up in arms about that, but this Legendary Alm was never going to be like the elite nuke. He's still a very good nuke that you can equip just right and get out of a Hollow Forms, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. And luckily, Attuned Alm doesn't completely cannibalize Legendary Alm either, because he doesn't have a sweep effect. So, which is very key in our meta right now, considering Snakes and Hector.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry, you can still redeem your Legendary Alm without fear. Don't need to have any fear of missing out, I guess. Yeah, first Alm alt in I think 5 years. Congrats to all the Alm fans.
Crazy.
It's actually kind of wild that the last Alm alt was Valentine's Alm. I kind of forget about that since that seems like so long ago.
Yeah. I mean, it has been. It's crazy how long it's been. Like, they just completely forgot Alm existed.
Well, no more. We have him, and yeah, I think he's done justice. And I think with this Echoes banner, I forget who else. I forget their
New
names.
Baba. So we got the new Arcane Tome off.
Right, New Baba. Yes.
Very cool animation. I will say that.
Yes.
Yes.
She herself, I don't find to be anything crazy. I think I'm pretty whelmed with her, I would say, overall. But she does have good fodder, right? Like, you're getting Slimere and the new Times Pulse with attack and res. They're just going crazy with pulse effects lately.
Oh yeah,
which is so good. So, like, if you're like looking for a blue tome, you're essentially getting like a very premium kit just for summoning one Nui Baba, and you don't even lose that unit either.
Yeah, we had New Baba. I just love the Medusa effect so much. I know I know we hate snakes right now, but I don't know. I like snake.
Yeah.
We also have the
Jeddah.
old Jeddah. Yes. I was like, what was the old dude from Echo's name?
Oh, no, that's a GHB. Sorry, GHB is Jeddah, who is like nothing. There's nothing there at all. Like,
he's a watermelon.
Yes.
Like, Sprinkle said that, and I can't unsee it. Like, he's
well,
a watermelon.
crab, actually.
He's a crab, yes.
Yeah,
we got the crab emotes. Crab rave, let's go.
So let's appreciate Jeddah for the memes he has brought us. That's the true value of Jeddah.
Yep.
I mean, that's better than most units, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then we got Noma, and Noma is... I feel like he's like the worst old man unit we've gotten, which is kind of funny. There's just like nothing here. Like, it's just like... Yes, you get warping if you're near a trap. It iterates. It's like, oh, that's a very specific, clause for that to activate. That's crazy. And he has nothing else. Like, he doesn't even disarm the trap for you. It's just like, here you go. You can jump around the trap or step on it, I guess. Like, okay.
Yeah, because doesn't it only activates if he's next to a trap or something like that?
Right. Yeah.
So like
2 spaces of a trap.
Yeah, I thought it would be super cool and allow you to like go to any trap, but no, it's not cool.
I feel like I'm picturing just like the design meeting, and they're like, oh wait, we don't want to give too much warping. That would be bad. I'm like, really? Like, this is where you draw the line. I don't know. It's wild to me.
I feel like they should have made him have disarm trap, so that way he could have like that would have been unique. You know what I mean? That would have been a very niche effect, but it would have been cool. Like, hey, this old guy, he's like really wise and he can see around traps, and now your allies have disarm trap and a little bit of warping. Cool. Like, something like, not everyone's gonna summon for that, but at least he has something to do. Like,
yeah,
as he is now, it's like super mid support. Like, it's like, oh, you want some stats and like a dull effect and some healing. Like, okay, cool, thanks, man. Like,
we know we gave you the emblem ring that has warping, but hey, here's a unit that's not as good that you can warp with. Knock yourself out.
Man. I guess he taught Selka to warp. Like, I think he partly raced her, so that makes sense.
There you go.
The lore, the deep lore goes deep.
And then, what was the last one? Jesse. We had Jesse. Yeah, I mean,
Jesse's Jesse.
PRF-less sword unit. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that I believe Echoes is now the second game to have the full playable cast in the game.
Everyone's
pre-DLC.
here. Pre-DLC.
Pre-DLC.
Important caveat, but yeah.
So, yeah, we're at 2 games now. You know, Telly's will eventually get there in 20 years.
Awakening still has base Noir to get in so that it can be completely.
That doesn't count. No, don't try to use your Awakening logic on me. That doesn't count.
All right. Yeah, I guess we're just like done with new Echoes banners for now. which I guess is, unless they want to like, I don't know, have all like ascended attuned rearm units, which I guess they could do and will have to do eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do like still one Echo banner a year, but like how much of it will be Echoes, how much of it will be OCs, right? We'll have to see.
Right. Yeah, because that was the reason why Echoes was often in that like June slot, because it was running out of characters, so they just like had to share it with OCs. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 fairies and you get 1 Echoes character. Enjoy. Like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, well, now it's done, so I guess Echo fans can be happy that they have everyone here.
We won't be happy until Bowie gets an ult so that he can share it with me. Until then, my demands haven't been met.
That's next year, where we'll have Spring Bowie to join with Spring.
I guess.
I think it could be
something else.
You know,
those
two together.
I don't feel like. Yeah, I just don't like Spring.
I mean, I know we talked about the Spring banner previous, but I actually really like the Spring banner this year, which was kind of surprised because normally I don't like the Spring banner, but like Vale's Spring outfit was really, really cool, and it was so great seeing Vale happy, you know, for once. Plumeria I thought was really nice, and Longku also was really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
What was the 4-star? Oh, wait, what was the 4-star demote?
May.
Oh yeah. Yeah, May getting an ult for the first time. Yeah, it's super cool as well.
May was adorable. I would definitely give it that. Like, it's not as bad as usual, but I still just don't like bunny outfits. It's not my jam.
That stupid Spring banner. Okay, so I wanted one Triandra and then I was out. Or Plumeria, sorry. I wanted one Plumeria and then I was out. And I got probably what would normally be considered the best luck you could ever have. I had all of the focus banners all of the focus units by the Spark, and I think I got 2 pity breakers as well. But it took me all the way to the Spark to get Plumeria. And I'm like, can't I move this luck to some other banner, please?
Desire sensor.
Yeah, exactly. And the units are, I mean, we talked about them. Plumeria is really good, but the units are just okay. So I'm like, I need to move this.
Yeah, definitely needed to save that luck for the upcoming, hopefully, Emblem banner that will be shown tomorrow, I think, by the time this gets released, which will be very, very exciting. At least we hope it's an Emblem. We don't know now that they have the... they're trying to hide it, I guess.
They're obscured all the information. You know nothing.
I don't know.
Did you... Okay, was it the Shadows theory that everyone was saving for the emblem units, and that's so they saw a downtick every time they were going to release an emblem, so that they decided they needed to obscure it?
I mean, it's dumb. It's their fault. But like what?
Yeah. Like they have a pattern. Like even if they obscure it, like we have a fairly certain idea that the next one's going to be emblem. If it's not, then it would be better that they say it's like a mythic, you know, so that you're like, oh, okay, so we can spend orbs on HR and stuff. We already have plus 10 mythics and stuff.
Right.
I just think it's like kind of future proofing or like making everything more consistent. Cause like when we had like the double mythic or legendary plus mythic or whatnot, like those were kind of a wild card in terms of how they would be notated in the calendar. So I think they're just trying to make things, you know, not too much different, or they could just like slap the copy paste text on each one for each month, basically.
Right. Less work. That was a type 1 word.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was rough.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah, I assume we're getting an emblem. Like, if we don't get an emblem, it's gonna be rough. I don't know. Like, I'll be kind of disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah,
I agree.
Who are we expecting for the emblem? If it is,
it has to be Roy, right? It has to be Roy. So if you don't, so if you don't know,
do you think it's red though?
It's 100% red. 100%. I will bet anything anyone wants on it. It has to be red. So because we got a notice because of A Hero Rises that Hector is not rerunning until April. So because of that, the red slot that's open, there's only 2 options. It's Hector or Nell. They're not gonna put Nell on a mythic legendary banner like the month after they release. You know what I mean? That's just not going to happen. So I feel like it has to be red. So it's either red or green technically. Green has options open to fill the slots. Red does not.
Ruffle, you mean, not Nell. Nell's blue, I think.
Yeah, it's Raffle.
Oh, sorry. I don't. Yeah.
But
I didn't
your
play
point,
the
But yeah,
other
you're
one.
right. You're right. Yeah.
they could do a wild card. I'm looking at green and the fact that, I mean, it's got Lynn in there, who is very much newer than both Ike and Marth. But I mean, just recently they kind of broke that. They had, I forget who it was they had on a color that was legitimately worse than the other. So we'll see.
I just feel like that like, would they put Roth? I hate that person there. I don't feel like maybe they just shove somebody old. Like
I think it's Rafal, but yeah.
Rafal, okay. You think they would just shove somebody old in there? Like,
I mean, they might. They've done that before as well. It's been a little bit since they did that, though.
They've never done that with red, though. It's only been colorless.
I think it has to be red, though. Like,
I think so too.
I don't know, Bridget and Thiotzi are, I guess, old enough that they could easily be slotted into green. And like, even though like Lynn is really, really good, like the all emblem share on red with Marth and Ike, if you don't already have them as plus 10, like, yeah, it is really, really good. So I do think that it will be red. And given that most of the emblem candidates are swords, I think it's going to be likely that this will be the one that they'll just put out easily, I guess, would be the best way to put it.
Yeah. My guess has to be Roy. Like, it's either Roy or Leaf. And I feel like Roy is just like, it's been so long since we've gotten a Roy. It makes sense, you know what I mean? But yeah, if you don't have emblems, this is like one of the most cracked banners to pull on. There's going to be 7 emblems, I believe, on the banner. Or is it 8? 3, 5. No, 6. There's 6
There's only
emblems,
6 emblems in existence. Yeah.
6 emblems on one banner. That's
all the emblems
absolutely
on
crazy.
one banner. Yeah.
Yeah. You just skip colorless. Colors does not exist. Do not pull on colorless. Everything else,
so bad.
Crazy.
Colorless is terrible.
The funny thing is, I need 1 Goto, which really sucks.
Oh no.
So I'm like, do I wait or do I like try to snipe 1 Goto?
Or do you spark him?
You snipe everything else and spark. Yeah.
Oh man, I want to just do green and blue, or just green actually. It's mostly just green because red I have everything at plus 10 already except for the new emblem, and I'm like, oh, do I really want to pull on that? So as a whale, I'm in a rough spot, but like that's first world problems essentially. So, you know what I mean? Like that's not exactly advice I'd give to anyone else.
Are you thinking Roy too, Joel, or are you thinking someone else?
I'm going to take a bet on green there. I don't know who it's going to be, but I don't know. Red doesn't feel right to me. Those units feel a little bit too old. I could definitely be wrong, and I think this banner isn't great for me because I already have one-offs of everything on here. So
Exactly.
But yeah. But again, if that is not you, if you haven't been collecting emblems, then this is pretty fantastic. I think KCB was bringing up how many units from the Hero Rises are on here, which is kind of funny.
Yep.
So especially his theory was they were going to put Hector on here, and then a Hero Rises happened, and they immediately had to jettison him. So
that would actually
that's an interesting
theory, actually.
He's always got great tinfoil hat theories.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be Roy or like an Axe Leaf maybe at the other option. I can't really see anything else. I feel like a lot of the other options are like too recent. Like we just got a new Edelgard. I guess we haven't gotten a Byleth in a while, but I kind of just don't expect that. I don't know.
We have Byleth as a backpack for Marissa. Does that count?
But it would be male Byleth because that's the representation.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Right.
Hector, we just got a new Hector, right? Camilla.
See, the genders are different. That's why you should separate the female Robin from male Robin when you.
Oh my gosh! No, we're not going on this. We're not going into this argument.
Anyways,
watch them do that. Watch them swap it. They put female bonds because they know they'll make more money.
I honest to God don't remember what Leaf did in Engage because he was so bad.
Yeah.
He was the worst emblem by far. Like, literally, Olin was the emblem from Thrasha, and she was cracked.
My best performing tweet, I guess, is just me saying, look, I'm so glad all the emblems were great, and it's all 12 of them, except Leaf is replaced by Olin. So... Yeah.
I mean, if they added Owen instead of Leaf as an emblem, not only would that be hilarious, it would probably be broken because it would give you
Just Brave.
Well, I guess
right?
it'd be the same thing as Lin. No, it used to give you more range, right? With Owen.
No, Owen was the one that gave you Brave.
Was it Brave?
Yeah.
I thought
okay.
that's what I thought. Yeah,
Okay. So yeah, that would be broken too. Like
it would definitely be broken. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
everyone gets Brave. Man, that would really change the nuke like
The new
landscape.
tier list,
Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Everyone who has a natural Brave goes down. Like
Yep.
you don't need that. You need that high might now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I'm scared to say, so I made the statement long ago that it's never a bad thing to get easier specials, and now we're in a meta where that is not the case. Like specials have been devalued so much, so I'm scared to say that. Well, Brave, that would be great because that never goes out of style.
Right.
We'll see, but yeah, it would be very good right now.
Yeah. I
I'd be
mean,
horrified.
yeah.
That and like Roy giving out Miracle is like my two nightmares.
I am thinking Roy's going to give Miracle. That's what I'm thinking.
Please.
That's the effect's going to be.
We'll literally come into a situation where like every single unit needs Fatal Smoke, and then they're gonna drop a new Heroes banner with a 3-star that has Fatal Smoke 4, like on a seasonal banner, and then they're like, "There you go, like, go ahead." I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, they'll give us an attuned Fatal Smoke.
Oh my god.
And so you have to summon
I
for
prefer
it.
that. I would prefer that than like a 3-star seasonal or 4-star seasonal. And it's like, man, that thing's just gonna be horrible to summon.
Yeah. Because I think I actually don't remember if we have Fatal Smoke 4 in Code 6, but I know there was only one in Code 5, which was the Gununga Gap, I believe. Rest in peace, that one manual for Yunaka. But I guess, yeah, it's either Miracle. I don't know what other effects. I guess you can like increase levels if you equip that ring.
You could give out Great Talent.
That is true, actually. Wait.
That's essentially the same effect. It's essentially the same effect as Engage. So they could do that. They could
That'd
have
be
like
interesting.
you get +1 to all stats every turn. As an Emblem Ring, that might be not bad. Like it might not be fast enough like Alphonse, but on Alm it'd be crazy. Like
Yeah. Just get more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could see something like that. I wish they would get more creative with it personally. You know what I mean? Like
Do
make
you
it
though?
Yeah, I mean,
worried. I'm always worried when they get creative.
I feel like I don't know. Have they ever been creative with it really, or they just made like crazy effects? Because like Selka and Sigurd were just like, oh my gosh, what were you thinking?
I actually think Lin Ring and Lin with the style thing was actually really creative. Like that mechanism to enable active skills, I think was really, really cool. Now we can like have a discussion on like power and stuff like that, but like as a concept, I think like that mechanism was really, really creative.
And that brings up another big discussion, which is styles, right?
Oh yeah.
We haven't seen one since Lin, which is crazy because like I kind of expected to see them pretty quick, but we haven't seen a single one. So does that mean Roy will be bringing, or whoever the new emblem is, will be bringing a new style?
I don't think Roy would be the one to bring a new style because Roy is mainly enemy phase, right? And styles seem to be more player phase orientated in how they're implemented.
Right now.
I definitely think if we ever get Emblem Erica, that would be an easy style. Like easily implement that swapping. So I think that's where one would be guaranteed. I don't know. I guess like if IS wants, they can introduce gambits and stuff like that. But I guess they've just been holding it off and saving it for a rainy day or something. Yeah.
For their programmers to figure out how to make it work.
Right. Yeah.
We told you that 2 years ago.
They're like, we have the solution. We're gonna make the game more complicated.
Right. Right. Then they released Summoner Duels 2. Cost $199 to enter.
Oh god. Whale
Scary
duels.
reality. Yeah, whale duels. Yeah,
duels.
exactly. When you hit like the find match button, it makes the whale noise. Like.
Oh boy, yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see what this upcoming unit will be and how they will impact the meta. I guess the last thing we can talk about is the best game receiving the best Hall of Forms ever, with Brave Crom, and Legendary Robin's still good with Unity stacking skills. And I guess Tiki's there, but I mean Tiki has some really nice new skills if you're a Tiki fan. I guess
Tiki is better than you remember. I'll just say that I had been told that for months now, and I didn't believe it, and I actually started playing with her, and she is better than you remember.
Is she though?
Yeah,
is she?
I think she's better, but like, you know, in a meta we're currently in is better enough. Like,
yeah, she's better from 0, but that doesn't really say much.
Yeah.
I'll say you can make her work, which is more than you can say about most enemy phased units right now.
I thought enemy phase is in a really good spot right now. Like we're in a really high tank.
I think you mean like Omni tanks, right?
Oh, Omni tanks. Yeah.
Well, and I'm thinking Aether raids. Aether raids for enemy phase right now is just trash.
I just use Ike. I don't know what anyone talks about. Everyone says it's so hard. I put Ike out there. Everything dies. I laugh. Like, just plus 10 Ike, guys. Come on, like, not that hard.
And like Ike's not even like the best Omni tank right now. I think is he?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a toss up right now between like a few units like Duolier, Tamara,
right,
Desert Ike, stuff like that. Yeah. It's a bit. I mean, it's definitely a bit more rough. The real problem is like Tree Man, but like you just use 3 range supports, and then it's not really a problem.
Makes sense.
Well, or
and then it's funny because I hate saying this, but bring Gatekeeper. Like, just do it. Like, it literally removes like half of your problems. Like, actually bringing Gatekeeper.
The real popular one right now is you double up with Hector and Rhea. And you just push them up literally all the way to the map, all the way up the map, and then you don't have any supports around them whatsoever. And you have DC on Rhea, so no matter what happens, you get 2 units that both have near save and you get a far save in there too. So
near save, far save, miracle stones, everything.
Yeah, that is the strategy that I've seen that works very, very well. But other than that, it's kind of tough out there for most enemy phase units.
I think like just hit and run is just so beyond the best strategy right now. I don't think it's even close. Like safety defense too is just.
Call it. I mean, are you talking about actual hit and run though? Like most hit and run strategies, I don't even move. Like I'm just lobbing things at the opposing team.
I think there's like Lin sniper teams, right? Like where you're kind of just chilling and just taking shots and killing things. But there's also just hit and run with Sakura and Yunaka, which is really strong right now because it's Earth season because Sakura's new. And Yunaka,
and bonus,
you just have 3 different teams with different builds, and Yunaka kills everything, and she gets out guaranteed 100% of the time because he's Sakura. So it's really, and you have safety defense, so you're getting at least 3 kills, if not 4, because you have Lin Ring, which is just I mean, once a team loses 4 units, like it's pretty much GG no matter what.
Or you can run Lin herself even on that team, and you just like destroy the entire team besides one by turn 3, and it's just like, wow, okay, time to get the pots.
Yeah. The only thing I found annoying with that is Rhea herself. Like sometimes she can be annoying. That's why you gotta bring Fatal Smoke.
Yep.
But if you bring Fatal Smoke, there's usually a way to get around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But the rates is an interesting place right now.
It's interesting.
The freaking safety fence. Why did they need to do that? I just...
It makes it so free right now.
Yeah. Lin is fine. Lin really is fine. I like her. It's her combined with the safety fence has just made Aether raids... It's made it a little bit of a snore.
Yep.
Unless you're working on a defense, then it's just frustrating.
Yep. I don't know. Infantry Pole seems to be like enjoying making new defenses, so I guess...
Which is why I've been copying his defense. I
need to copy his defense.
My defense has been doing really well until it loses one time, and I'm like, man, like really?
Okay, spoiler alert, but my defense was also doing really well this season until a freaking SAC player hit me on the last day and like made me lose -20, and now I don't have a rank 1 run anymore, which would have been my first ever rank 1 non-chaos. Like, I was so mad. Like, I might have made an angry Reddit thread about that, but I was so angry. Like, You lost 2 units. That's not even like a sack play. That's just being bad. Like, just surrender.
Double
Get
sack
ladders.
play.
Yeah.
So I think I caught up on KCB videos, which is why I keep talking about him today. But I think he has you beat. He had a sack play that ended up giving him -2.
Whoa.
And that's what kept him at a rank 1.
That is so sad.
Oh my god. I really I've said this a million times, but we really need a PvE game mode for casual players, and we really need a new Vault of Heaven for like competitive players. We need both.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen though, because like whenever like we get a hard abyssal or something like that, you see all the complaining, and so like IS doesn't want to have that, so they're just going to have auto affinity or stuff.
I mean, like, if we get a PvE game mode that has, like, multiple different difficulties, then I think, like, people will be fine with it, as long as there's no rewards in the higher difficulties. And when it comes to, like, Super Vault of Heavens, like, the casuals will never even get close to it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I think,
Yeah, I mean-
like, one change they could make is if you demote from Vault of Heavens, you go to tier 21 instead of tier 23. I think...
Oh, that's mean. I don't know about that.
But I think that could help. Like, it's not that hard going from tier 21 to tier 27 if, like, you accidentally... Or like had a bad run. I
think we just need like Ultra Vault of Heavens, and it's like top 1K players go to like God mode difficulty, where it's just like every single map is like a nightmare.
Because like there are actually like difficult defenses, right?
Oh yeah,
but
they're just
you
like
never
all
run
top
into
1K,
them.
top 500.
Yeah, you just never run into them.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying. But like honestly, like I want it, but I don't want it at the same time because I don't want to have to spend 30 minutes of my entire lunch trying to get through one map. But like, imagine you get like a double crown for Faye or something like that. You get the arena crown, and then you also get a Vault of Heavens crown on top. Like, everyone's gonna try for that.
Okay, so how about this? This actually might fix the problem you're talking about. Let people opt in if they want to go to Vault of Heavens or not. Because I know a lot of folks who like to, they would rather stay down below and just be casual about it, and it's just every other time. So yeah, I mean, that's, I think that would actually sift a lot of people out.
I guess, yeah. I mean, that would help sift people out. But I guess for the casuals that don't want to be in the Vault of Heavens right now, I think you could either like auto battle or no, not auto battle. I would like dispatch, or I guess just like just try it out, and if you fail, well, you get back, and that's perfectly fine. But yeah, I think there's like something needs to be done because Vault of Heavens is not a vault, I guess is the best way to put it right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But yeah, on that fun note about the state of AR, is there any last minute thoughts before we end it off?
IS has continued to snipe my wallet every single month, and I need them to stop. Please, IS, if you're listening to this, give me a break. Jeez.
I think they're just I don't know what I did. IS, I don't know what I did that I'm your new favorite, but thank you.
Oh my God.
I want to say that's I bow to the intelligence system gods. That's thank you so much. I'm glad to be in your favor right now.
Yeah. And yeah, circling all the way back to the beginning, I hope everyone enjoys the free Attuned Hector. I think both of you have videos on what you can do with that, I believe. And so
Hero Rises video, yeah.
Oh yeah, a Hero Rises video, yeah. And so yeah, be sure to check those out if you're having like just hesitations on what to be able to do for that. The links to the chat, well, hopefully you know who these people are, but the links will be in the description below. And yeah, thank you to as always. Go ahead.
Obviously he doesn't need a plug, but PM1 I think is supposed to have his video out tomorrow? Question mark on Hector. So that's another thing that you guys can use as a resource.
I think it's like an hour long too, so it's probably a lot of information.
His videos get long. Like I love it. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. Definitely check those out. And yeah, let us know down in the comments what your most exciting addition to FEH was in the past month, or what you're planning to do with your Attuned Hector. And yeah, hope you all have an amazing rest of the day, and see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.